What's the deal? It's Kenny, aka Carlo, aka Big Barlow. Show y'all how to break down a motherfucking glizzy today. Easy peasy, it ain't much to it. But a lot of people don't know how to do it. It's a good thing to know, so you can break down your gun, clean that motherfucker. You don't want it too gunked up. Get your ass caught lacking and it's all, oh, she fucking wrote. Boom, Glock 19X. Motherfucker, y'all know Sandy by now. So, you got like these buttons / levers on both sides. What you want to do is, and you can cock it multiple ways, but me saw the nigga do this on YouTube the other day. It was sweet. You bring it back like that. You pull that shit down at the same time. Let it go real quick. Make sure that gun don't bite your ass. You pull the trigger. Bow. Shit slide right off. Boom. This your slide. A lot of people think this is the barrel. No, only this is the barrel. This is called a slide. So boom, broke it into two. Now, got your spring right here. All you gotta do is put your finger right here, put a little bit of pressure on that bitch. Boom. And it come off. Boom. That's your barrel. As soon as you undo that spring, the barrel comes free. This the barrel. All you gotta do is shake that bitch out. It comes out. Boom. Now we got 4 pieces. That's it. That's it. Don't get me wrong. You can get real intricate with this bitch. You can get real surgical with this bitch, Jake. But see this mat? There's 34 parts of that motherfucking gun. I just broke it down into 4. This is called a quick little field strip, straight to the chase. You get what I'm saying? Also, this mat I'm using, it's a tech mat. Boom, perfect mat for breaking down your guns. And you can get it for your specific gun. This is a Glock one, because I'm using a Glock. They got them for different guns and shit too. But any fucking way. All them parts, all that shit, it's preference. Me personally, I'm impatient. I ain't got time for all that shit. Plus, I don't trust myself with all them little intricate ass pieces. They mostly in here. And I got fucking Glocks I have for fucking 7 years. Never broke them down to the nitty gritty like that. Them bitches still blow like they fresh out the box. You ain't gotta do that shit. It's all preference. So boom, here we go. Good old field strip. Got the bottom of that bitch. Got your spring. Got your barrel. Got your slide. Boom. So, what I use to clean it, what a lot of people use to clean it, good old CLP. Woo! My military niggas know what the fuck going on. Love the smell of that CLP, my nigga. Shout out to the veterans. I'm a motherfucking veteran around this bitch. America. Fucking, good old CLP. Cleaner, lubricant, preserved. It's a one package, bro. It's cleaning it, it's lubricating it, it's making sure that shit stay preserved. You don't need nothing else. It's a whole bunch of other little cleaning kits that you can get that's all cute and shit. All preference. The gun world, I say, is like the gym world. You got motherfuckers say, I do chest and legs today. I do that 3 times a day and do these different exercises, boom, boom, boom. But you also got motherfuckers who may do chest and back, and may think that you is working out wrong because you don't work out like them. It's all what you want to do, how you want to do it, and the things you want to use. It's a million options you have. Choose what's good for you, what's comfortable for you, and run with it. Don't let nobody knock, and don't knock nobody else about what you do, what you use. I ain't bougie. I ain't cutesy, none of that shit, Boom. I use a bandana. It's specific cloths you can use. It's lint-free cloths you can use. It's all type of shit you can use. Me, I use a bandana. It's quick. I always got them laying around. And they don't bead. They don't degrade and shit like that. They don't get all linty and beady. You get what I'm saying? So I can use them and they fabric holes. Don't none of this shit end up stealing my motherfucking gun. So with the CLP, all you need is a tiny... That's a little big, but all you need is a dot. Oh, God. All you need is a little dot. Because, first off, when you clean the slide, all you're doing is giving it a wipe. That little dot you put of oil, take your finger, just wipe that motherfucker. Just look, anything you can see. Sometimes you can see shit, sometimes you can't. But just wipe everything you can with that motherfucker. And you want just a shimmer. Just a shimmer. You only use a little speck because you don't want it too oily. Say your hair. The more oil you got in your hair, the more lint and dirt is attracted to your hair. Your shit get dirty quick. Same with a gun. You don't want it beading. You don't want it dripping. You just want a thin ass layer of shimmer. You get what I'm saying? Boom, wipe that bitch down. And for the nitty gritty parts, I use a good old toothbrush. It's hella shit you can use. It's kits literally specifically for them. But I don't always got that shit laying around. Can't go wrong with the handy dandy toothbrush for them grooves and them nitty gritty parts. Get up in there, boom. Get that motherfucker together. That's it. With this barrel, just give it a wipe down. You ain't really got to oil it or nothing. What you want to look for, you always want to look for corrosion and rust and shit throughout the metal. The metal good, cool. Same with this. You look for any corrosion. You know what corrosion is. You ever saw a motherfucking penny and it was turning green? It's because it's corroded. There's moisture on it. You know, it's damaging the metal of the penny. So you want to look for any of that and cracks too, because this is metal. Metal can crack. It can get cold. It can had got too hot while you was shooting rounds through it. Some people melt they shit down. Just check for any, it's common. Just any common thing. Anything that don't fucking look right, it ain't right. And this shit right here, this is the goddamn feeding tray. When you cock a gun, that specific sound you hear is a fucking bullet sliding up this damn ramp and into the barrel. So you want to make sure that motherfucker is smooth as a baby's ass. They get something called oxidation on it. It's hard to explain. It's pretty much like rust, you know. It's just something that grows on top of metal from, you know, a lot of use and shit. Google it. From moisture and shit. Google it. Oxidation. You don't want that on there. Nowhere on this bitch. But specifically not on that feeding tray, because that motherfucker, you don't want nothing that can affect that bullet going into that chamber on there. Because your ass is grass. This shit, we're not going to waste a lot of time on this shit. Just give it a little once over. You know what I'm talking about. But specifically the mag well right here, where the clip go in, get up in there with a Q-tip, a rag, whatever the fuck. For some reason, that shit always get dusty. Make sure you clean that real good. Boom. That's pretty much it. Good old CLP. Good motherfucking tech mat. And putting this bitch back together. You don't want to, I'll say put this bitch back together. You take it, put that barrel, bitch, bring your ass here. There we go. The barrel, slide that bitch in there. Just slide it on in there. With that side facing outward, you know. Slide in there, sit it in there. Next, you got your spring. You see that hole right there? You see that black circle? You put, bitch. You put this black circle in that hole face first. You put some tension on the spring and push it on in there. Because you see on that barrel, it got this little notch right here. That's what's holding that spring. That's what's holding the spring tension. Boom. Slide that motherfucker up on there. And then with this, you see the back. You see how this bitch look? The back of this bitch lines up perfectly with this little rail right here. It's just like a train track. And then you just line it up, slide it on there, cock that motherfucker. You good to go. Boom. Lastly, you know, always make sure, always drop the clip out before you finna drop it out. Clear the chamber, make sure ain't nothing in there. Don't want to motherfucking cheddar bob yourself. And if you touched any of the metal with your bare hands in here, make sure to wipe it down, because we got oil in our fingers. We got oil in our skin in general. And if you touch that exposed metal and that oil from our skin get on that exposed metal, it can make it rust and corrode because it's, you know, leaving moisture. So always wipe that shit down. If you can, break the shit down in gloves, you know, instead of your bare hands. Because you don't want nothing corroded in there. You don't want nothing getting rusty from the oil that's in your fingertips. Always clean that exposed metal. Shit. That's about it. Any questions, comments, concerns, requests, let me know. That's about it. If you don't have a Glock, Google YouTube, and YouTube is your best friends. They show you everything. All you need to do is watch them. Repetition, practice makes perfect. On the equipment tip, told you about the CLP already. Showed you the good old reliable toothbrush. You can look up gun cleaning kits. They got all types of fucking gadgets and little cute shit that you can use like this, like your brushes and certain wipes and all that. Find what fits you. Me, you see, I'm bandana, toothbrush, and that's it. Nothing else. But it's a lot of shit you can use. Find out what you like using, what suits you, and use it. Me personally, I don't use the brush. I saw some shit on the internet one time that said the brush can damage the inside of your barrel rifling, which if you look inside the barrel, it swirls in there. That's called the rifling of it. And you don't want that shit getting abrased at all. You don't want to get scratched or nothing like that. Don't get me wrong, it don't happen with everybody's, but I had actually looked in it and I'm like, damn, man, I am scratching it. So what I do is this little doohickey, it unscrews, and you can put an attachment on there like this, and it has a little clip. And what I do is I take like a little ripped off piece of t-shirt or a bandana, and I put it on there and put it through the barrel. That way I'm cleaning it, but I don't have nothing that's, abrasive, scratching the inside of the barrel. It's all preference. Take it, run with it. Boom. That's it. Easy peasy. Ain't shit to it.